Hi, and welcome to another presentation from your business tutor, learning your way, anytime, anywhere. In our last presentation, we looked at internal factors and how they can affect a business. Well, in this one, we're going to move on to the natural follow-on topic, and that is external factors. So what are we going to learn in this presentation? Well, first of all, we're going to identify what an external factor is. And then after that, we're going to explore how external factors can affect an organisation. So what is an external factor? An external factor is something that occurs outside of an organisation, which can affect its success. As external factors can affect a business, they are seen as either opportunities or threats. Opportunities are external factors that a business wants to take advantage of because they can have a positive effect on its success. Whereas threats are external factors the business wants to protect itself against, as they can have a negative effect upon the business. It is therefore vital that a business identify what is happening in its external environment, so that it can devise a strategy or a plan to make the most of opportunities and protect itself from threats. So that leads us nicely on to our second question, which is, what external factors can affect a business? There are lots of external factors which can impact on a business. It is therefore useful when analysing them to sort them into different categories. The most popular way of doing this is using what is called a PESTEC analysis. Under a PESTEC analysis, external factors are classified in the following way. P stands for political factors and would include issues such as new laws, government spending and taxation. E, on the other hand, stands for economic factors and refers to issues such as the rate of inflation and unemployment, exchange rates, interest rates, and the level of growth in an economy. The third grouping is S, which stands for social and cultural factors, and includes issues such as fashion trends, changes in population, social and behavioural trends, and working practices. The next category is T, which stands for technological factors. And this includes all developments that are occurring in technology which are happening outside of the business. The fifth category is E, and this stands for environmental factors, which includes all factors relating to weather, nature and the climate. And finally, there is C, which stands for competitive factors, and includes all the activities your competitors are doing, such as releasing new products, running promotions, moving location and altering their prices. Now we know which external factors can affect a business. It would be useful to turn our attention to a more important question, and that is, how can external factors affect a business? The best way to answer this question is to look at each external factor category in turn and identify an opportunity and a threat from each. So with that in mind, let's start with political factors and an opportunity. Governments often invest heavily in improving infrastructure such as roads and bridges. This can impact a business because a new road or bridge may make it quicker and cheaper for a business to transport their products. This would allow the business to reduce its costs, but also expand its market, as it can now deliver its products to shops that are further away. A political factor that could be a threat is a new law on pollution that limits the level of emissions a business can produce. This would impact the business, as they may have to alter their production techniques to comply. This could be expensive, as new machinery may be required, and staff may need to be trained how to use it. Of course, if the business didn't reduce its emission levels, the impact may be that they are fined or closed down by the government. As can be seen, in most instances, there are a number of ways in which a business can react to external factors. This is an important point because it is often how a business's management analyse and then react to external factors which determines how effective and successful a business will be. Put another way, management cannot put their head in the sand and hope for the best. That is a recipe for disaster. They must be proactive if they want to gain competitive advantage. So with that in mind, let's now turn to an economic factor that could offer an opportunity to a business. And that is a decrease in interest rates. This would impact a business as the cost of borrowing money would become cheaper. As a consequence, a business would be more likely to borrow money in order to grow their business. For example, by opening a new branch or buying another business. Both these actions would allow a business to increase its sales and its market share. On the other hand, a threat that could come from an economic factor is a recession, where the economy shrinks in size and people feel worse off. This would impact a business because customers may start to spend less money, meaning the business would see a fall in sales. In fact, the business may be forced to reduce their prices to maintain sales, which would reduce their profit margin. Our third external factor that could offer an opportunity to a business is social and cultural. For example, an ageing population gives a business an opportunity to adapt its products to suit this growing market segment. If they do this effectively, they will be able to sell the product for a higher price and still achieve high sales. On the other hand, a social and cultural threat that could impact a business is a change in fashion. This is because if a business has a lot of inventory in stock when fashion changes, it will be forced to cut its prices to get rid of it. This means it may have to sell inventory at a lower price than it cost them to buy it, meaning the business will be making a loss. A fourth external factor that can offer an opportunity to a business is technology. For example, Wi-Fi technology allows a business to let its customers access the internet whilst in their shop. This could impact a business because by offering Wi-Fi, customer satisfaction levels will rise, which means a business will gain a positive reputation which will help to attract new customers. Technology can also be a threat to a business. For example, computer viruses such as ransomware or a Trojan horse can infect a business's computer network. The impact of this is that ransomware will lock a business's network down, meaning staff won't be able to use it or complete any work unless money is paid to a hacker to unlock it. In the case of a Trojan horse virus, the business could end up losing confidential customer information to a hacker, which would obviously upset customers and affect the business's reputation. But also will be a breach of the General Data Protection Regulations, GDPR, which could result in the business receiving a fine. The environment, our fifth external factor, can also offer opportunity to a business. For example, a spell of hot, sunny weather attracts people to visit the beach. This could impact businesses in seaside towns as more customers will visit their shops to buy items like ice cream, spades and buckets, meaning sales will rise and businesses will make higher profits. Of course, a spell of hot, sunny weather could also be a threat to a business. For example, a clothes shop may end up with a lot of unsold winter clothing if the weather at the start of the year is unseasonably warm. As we've already found out, this will mean a business will have to sell inventory in a sale at a reduced price. What this shows, and this is an important point, is that the same external factor can have both positive and negative effects on businesses. In fact, an external factor can offer an opportunity and a threat at the same time. However, what it ends up being depends on how a business reacts to it. For example, our last external factor, competition, could be an opportunity or a threat. If a new business set up next to you, this could bring more customers to the area. And if your business provides great service, it could help you gain more sales from passing trade. Of course, a competitor setting up next to your business could also be a threat. If they provide better service and lower prices, then your customers will switch to them, meaning your sales and profits will fall. So what did we learn in this presentation? Well, first of all, we found out what an external factor is. And then after that, we explored how external factors can affect organisations both in a positive and a negative way. As has been shown, external factors can have a big influence on a business. But more than that, they clearly show that a business cannot employ a head-in-the-sand approach. No business can operate in isolation and hope to be successful long term. It must look outwards and embrace the challenge of external factors. This is why, just as with internal factors, a business's management team are vital if an organisation is to make the most of its business environment. Are you ready for the challenge?